In this lesson, we're going to be learning a default behavior, and what this is just a behavior that your dog, or you can even use this with other animals too, but whatever animal you are working with, it's just their go-to behavior that they do when they're not sure what else to do. This can be super useful if you're in a group class and your instructor is speaking with you. Your dog will resort to doing their default behavior then. They can also use this behavior to start a game. So for example, if you are training agility and you take a break to set up equipment, they can use their default behavior to get you to start their agility routine again. It really helps provide clarity to the dog and also gives them some coping strategies when they aren't sure what else to do. The first step to teaching this is to choose your default behavior. I always choose either a down or a sit, and for my border collie, he naturally prefers a down, while my Labrador, over here in the window, naturally prefers a sit. So you can pick any behavior that you would like to. Just remember that they may be settling in this behavior for quite some time, so a down or a sit would probably be the best choice. Once you have that default behavior pick, you're just going to want to make sure that you have that default behavior on cue and that you're able to provide a little bit of duration in that behavior. So you're looking to be able to feed at least 3 treats in position with your dog, holding that position. If you are struggling getting a down or a sit to that length, I would encourage you to check out the Basic Obedience course, and there's a section in there that's, I think it's titled Sit Down and Stand. So they'll cover all 3 different position changes, so that should be very helpful for you. Once you have that default behavior chosen and you have it on cue, then you'll be ready to move on to actually training it as a default behavior. So we're gonna go ahead and move to real-time training with my border collie and do some voiceover so you can understand how to train it. So for our default behavior, we chose a down. As you can see here, I am cueing it for the first few repetitions. We're feeding 3 treats in position and then releasing with a toss treat. Once he comes back to me, then I will cue the default position again, but I'm making sure that he's the one choosing to come back. I want this to be a voluntary thing and not something that he's required to do. So we're just waiting for him to come back. This is a new game for him in this environment, so he's a little bit more distracted since he's not sure what he's supposed to do. So we just release with a treat, and then here I'm starting to wait for him to offer the down on his own, which is where you want to progress pretty quickly. This is how it becomes a default behavior, is by not asking for it and just rewarding it when it happens. Just remember, you always want to release from this position before they get up. So if you see that your dog is about to break position, I would just release them. You want this to be kind of an implied stay, but not as strict, I would say. So we just feed 3 treats in position and release to the bowl. Just remember that this should all be voluntary and offered. I hope this was helpful, and I can't wait to see what you choose for your default behavior. If you need any help or have any questions, just remember you can always leave them in the comments or in our Discord server.